Good morning, Jen. How you doing today?
Yeah. Great. You look sharp.
No, I'm talking not look. Be. You got to be sharp. Always?
Always. And I hate using
That's
that
not
term.
what Twitter told you.
No,
right?
let's see what they say.
Let's see what they say.
They say, oh, you doing it. Yeah, they say,
Shannon, you got to be Unc. Where's Unc? We need Unc.
Yeah, where's he been?
Unc has been, I don't know, where he disappeared.
He
because,
be back.
you know who made him disappear? That number 12 up in Foxborough. He made him disappear.
Right now, there's only one person trending more than me.
Really?
And that would be one Miss Nancy Pelosi.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the only one trending more than me.
Who knew?
Yeah, but I'm going to get her.
You're trending?
Yeah, I'm going to get her.
Oh, for what?
Don't worry about all this.
Because of your clashing outfit or what? I don't know. I don't know.
I think I look quite dapper now.
It's busier than the 405, but it's okay.
That's a nice way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
On today's show, do the Saints need to move on from Sunday's missed call? And what is with LeBron and Kawhi? Are they ever going to play again? Will we ever see a
great
celebration
question. I can't
from
wait
this
for
guy
that.
again?
Yeah.
But either way, we're going to start with Tom Brady. He is headed to his 9th Super Bowl, and we all know he is 41 years old. He said in the past that he can see himself playing until his mid-40s, but that might not be the case, according to our own Jay Glazer. Jay wrote that he can see Brady and Belichick retiring together if they beat the Rams, and he added that he has a, quote, gut feeling that Brady will retire before Drew Brees. Brees turned 40 last week, but he said he's pretty positive he'll be back next season. So, Shannon, can you see Brady retiring before Brees?
No, and given the way that Brees played over the last 6 weeks of the season, and even in this playoff, in this NFC Championship game, no, I cannot. Skip, here's the thing. When you look at these Brady and Tom Brady, Drew Brees and Tom Brady were two of the three least sacked quarterbacks in all of football. Drew Brees finished number 1. Tom Brady's finished number 3. Both guys have dominant run games. So if you're going to tell me they're going to get protected like they got protected, they're going to be able to run the football like they run the football, and you know how all the rules are set up for the offensive guys, how you can't hit the quarterback and you can't hit the receivers. Both of these guys can play. Now, I'm going to stick by mine because I've said this once they got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo up in New England, that I believe Tom Brady will play 20 seasons and that will be it. But given the way he's looked especially the last 2 weeks, the dominant run game, he's been untouched. 90 pass attempts, 2 knockdowns, no sacks. Sonny Michel is running the football as well as any running back has ran it in the playoffs.
I don't know about that C.J. Dickerson guy with the Rams. I don't know.
Well,
that guy is dominant.
Here's the thing, though, Skip.
Moving.
C.J. had that one great game against Dallas.
Yeah.
Sonny Michel has put 2 of these things together. One at home, one on the road against Kansas City. Skip, I just don't see Coach Belichick and Tom Brady retiring at the same time because so much is at stake here. One needs to stay longer in order to receive more of the credit. You go out at the same time, it's going to be the question. You and I both know a part of this, Coach Belichick wants to see if he can win a title without Tom Brady.
Yep.
Tom Brady wants to hang around and see if he can win a title without Bill Belichick.
He does.
I just do not see both of these guys going out at the same time. And as far as Brees, Drew Brees did not look good the last 6 weeks. And I don't know if we were to look at these two guys, I don't know if Brady's worst was as bad as Drew Brees' worst. And that, I don't know how to, define
I know. I know where you're going with that. Yeah.
So like I said, given that neither guy took a whole lot of big hits this year, Brady has been even more protected come playoff time than he was in the regular season. And that's saying something, considering he was only sacked 21 times. I just don't see it. Skip, and I'll go back to that Dallas game. From the Dallas game on, Drew Brees threw 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yep.
That's not Drew Brees-like, considering at that point in time, Skip, I think he only had 1 interception at the time, and he had like a quarterback rating. Aaron Rodgers has the highest quarterback rating for a season, 122.5.
Yep.
Drew Brees was something like 125, 127 at that point in time. And then at the end of the season, he wasn't even close to that. So with that being said, if you have to make me say it right now, I believe Tom Brady will outlast Drew Brees.
By how much? Gut feeling.
Probably a year, 2 years. A year. I got Brady going out.
You almost went to 2.
I know, I saw that.
I got Brady going out in year 20. Year 20, he walks away.
Okay. The one man in sports I do not bet against is Thomas Edward. I don't have to do that.
Patrick.
Do it, I like it.
I'll do the whole. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. He says again and again and again, he's on the record, I'm playing until I'm 45. That's at least 2 more seasons.
No, it's more than 2.
Huh?
No, he's
so
only
let's do
41
3.
now.
Let's do, it'd be 3.
4.
Okay, 3. It'd be up to 45. What, however you want to.
43, 44,
okay.
44. That's 4 more years.
Okay, I believe he'll do 4 more years. And I believe he'll play at least 2 more years than Drew Brees plays. And I'm not sure if it's going to be Drew Brees' choice to play or not to play, because that's what's getting fascinating in New Orleans.
Right.
I am with you about the drop-off. So if you look at Tom Brady's season versus Drew Brees' season, Tom Brady's season went like this, right? Mm-hmm. Drew Brees' season went like this. Right?
Yeah.
So Tom Brady got better and better and better, and then he peaked right on time because Tom Brady knows how to do this. He knows how it works. Shannon Sharp knows how it works.
Yep.
He's been there and done all that 3 different times. You won 3 Super Bowls. You were 3 for 3. And what happened every time? Your team peaked right on time. And your team was relatively healthy, I'll bet.
Yes.
I don't know exactly the circumstance.
We were.
You weren't, unfortunately, for the Atlanta Super Bowl.
Right.
But your team was relatively healthy, and it got hot at the right time.
Yes.
And Tom Brady knew if we can just start to, again, they had the Bills and the Jets to end the year. So they knew if they could start to build off those 2 kind of practice games and feel pretty good about yourself. And then they just clicked and got hot against the Chargers, and they got even hotter at Kansas City in the cold. And all of a sudden, they're back in the Super Bowl because Tom Brady was going like this. And he saved his 2 best games for last.
Correct.
Right? Because I don't think you can argue Chargers-Chiefs were his 2 best games of the whole year.
No question.
Because you've made the case again and again. Well, he was teetering here, and he was just average here, and he wasn't Tom Brady here and here and here.
Right.
But all of a sudden, he was vintage Tom Brady. I don't think I've ever seen him better than he was against the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Especially that overtime drive.
Yeah.
The overtime drive might have been one of his best drives ever.
3 straight 3rd and 10 conversions.
Yep.
Hard to do on the road in the cold with a big crosswind.
Yep.
So, Drew Brees, did he hit the wall? Did he fall off the proverbial cliff as they talk about players just hitting that age wall? Look, for the first 11 games this year, he wasn't just good, Drew Brees. He was all-time great. He was on pace to set the all-time QBR record through 11 games. And then he hit a wall in Dallas, Texas, actually in Arlington, Texas, but against my Dallas Cowboys on a fateful Thursday night. And he never quite recovered. He never got the heat back. He never got on any kind of a roll after that. His QBR going into that game was, for the whole year, was 82, which is extreme.
Yes.
And then from there on, in the 4 games he played to end the regular season, he was a QBR of 50. So it wasn't a disaster, but it just wasn't what you became accustomed to.
Correct.
And then in the 2 playoff games, he was hit and miss.
Yeah.
Maybe a little better against the Rams. Got hit in the mouth and threw the interception that ended the game in overtime. But again, did he have a terrible year overall? No. No, he didn't. No. So, and I try to go back and look at the last 5 years for Brees and Brady. I see no decline. I can't show you QBR where I say, oh, look what's happening. They're in decline. Age has caught up. Nope, it hasn't caught up to either one of them because their QBRs just stay pretty much the same. And then the aberration, the outlier is this year for Drew Brees. It just spikes.
Right.
Okay? So I can't argue decisively that he hit the wall. Right. And I don't think you can either.
No, and I think the thing is, Skip, when you look at it, you're not going to see precipitous drop-off because neither one of these guys rely solely on their arms. They were never big arm quarterbacks. So everything, and if you look at how they do things, now they rely a little bit more on the run than what they did in the past. And both of these guys, they spend a lot of time around the edges too now. Okay. It's not like they're going deep.
All right. To my eye, and I've told you this repeatedly and consistently, Drew Brees has lost some arm strength over the last couple of years. Okay. It doesn't look the same to me, and he's a smaller guy at 6-footish, sort of just a little, maybe he's a touch above 6 feet. So he has to dredge it up, but he has to reach back a little harder.
He has to use more javelin.
Tom Brady is 6 feet 4 inches tall, and it's more effortless for him. And this is just me, and I know we went back and forth all year. I just can't see a drop-off in velocity. I just don't. I don't see a drop-off in accuracy. I don't see Father Time tapping Tom Brady on the shoulder.
Well, Skip, the thing is, and not a whole lot of drop-off, but I don't see him. There have been times that you watched also that you saw him unwilling to drive the football because pressure was coming. That's what I'm saying when he's flinched. I mean, his arms, he's never Brett Favre.
Okay, is that just a product of experience, of self-preservation, where you just learn, I'm not going to last if I try that. I can get away with this, but I can't even try that. I'm not even going to risk fate on that one.
Right.
I'm not going to step into that pass rusher and get hit in the face.
Well, sometimes you have to stare down that barrel, Skip.
All right. Sometimes you do, but you have to pick your spots.
I agree.
How important is it? If he had to pick a spot at Kansas City where Chris Jones had come free right in his